Hello everyone and welcome to episode 10 of my Jayville series. Today I'm going to build an ore mine. I am glad that you tuned in and I hope you enjoy the video. I have this ore source in the northern part of my city where I will put the mine, but also some plants and warehouses. For this build I again took inspiration from Google Earth. The silver mine in Cannington, Australia is one of the biggest on Earth. I like how there is basically one main entrance and one street leading through the different parts of the pit. But before we really can start to build the mine, we have to terraform first. It's quite some work actually, as you can see. My goal was that the pit looks like it is not on the mountain but in the mountain. And as the real life example from Cannington, I wanted to create different sections inside the pit. Before starting with the mine, we have to place the main building, so that we can mark the area for the ore industry. I named the mine in regards of the real life example. I always do that in my city. Then we also need workers' apartments, which I just placed next to the main building. Now I can start with the main road. I actually want to divide the pit in two parts. I will explain that later in the video. For the road, I try to let it look as natural as possible, taking into account the heights and curves of the terrain. When having the roads, I can finally start to place the assets. With Move It, I am able to combine them to let them look more natural. Let me take the time to talk about my channel so far. It is actually very hard to get recognized on YouTube, so I expect the beginning of my channel to be tough. My goal was to have 10 subscribers in the first month, and hey, with this upload I can say that I reached the goal. I want to thank you for that and I really appreciate your support, especially considering that the channel is brand new. So I set myself the next goal of having 25 subscribers by the end of the next month. With your support I am confident that I can do this. My city is also fairly small at the moment, so I also hope to attract more viewers when I am able to show a big and beautiful city on my channel. I am learning a lot while doing these episodes and I can clearly say that I became a better creator so far. I am glad that you are joining me on this journey. Let's see what the future brings. But now back to the build. As you can see, I am now building the big extractors. I wanted to place them at the end of the pit. With this, it looks like they are really doing the hard job at the end of the pit, trying to expand the whole area.
Perfect.
I am filling the empty spaces with the small extraction assets. Again, with Move It, I am able to fit them perfectly in those spaces, and it looks very natural. So this was the main part of the pit. In the part up front, I wanted it to look like that the extraction historically started here, but they moved the machines on to the next part. Now, this part is used for processing the ore and for storage. Now I am placing rocks at the side of the pit to get the build more detailed. With them the mine looks way more realistic, as the ugly surfaces of the terrain are now more or less hidden. I am not only putting the rocks on the hills, but also in the middle of the pit, so the middle doesn't look too tidy. I am now placing the dirt roads at the side of the hills to create the different layers that real-life pits often have. To be honest, I should have done this before placing the rocks, because now I need to move them away so they are not blocking the roads. You never stop learning. With the surface painter I am now painting the rest of the surface with dirt to let it look more natural. As you can see, there are still a lot of spaces with either sandish colors or even grass. I am finalizing the build by aligning the streets. The height differences between two nodes were in some cases too big. Nevertheless, I like that the trucks have to go through a lot of elevation changes here. But now let's move to the generic industrial area just south of the mine. I will not finish this district in this video, but at least I am starting to place some processing factories for ore, some warehouses and a unique factory. Here I decided to move that processing factory back to the ore pit, because I thought the whole look of it does not suit in a generic industrial district. I think it looks way better at the entrance of the mine. What do you think? So this is it. I actually really enjoyed building those little houses and the farms at the outskirts of the city as well. The whole area with the pit looks really cool in my opinion. Please don't forget to rate the video and consider subscribing if you like my content and if you want to have more city building inspiration for your city. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am here to stay, so I hope you will be back for my next episode. See you then, bye bye.